If we're going to have drivers on American roadways, they need to be the best trained, the best skills, because if operated incorrectly or inappropriately, these are lethal weapons on American roadways. When bad drivers that aren't qualified from other countries drive a bus, many people get hurt and some people die. We find that to be unacceptable. And again, we will use every tool at our disposal to make sure that this ends.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing major federal action on truck safety. A troubling number of commercial driver's licenses issued to illegal immigrants, especially in New York, where 53% of trucking licenses are illegal. Those drivers should not be on the road. Non-English speaking and non-English reading drivers at the wheel of huge vehicles is now leading to nightmares on the road. Just this week, a Chinese national driving a tour bus allegedly caused a deadly highway crash in Tennessee. Federal agents looking at how he got a New York State commercial driver's license. According to Transportation Secretary Duffy, who you just saw, the driver could not speak English. In October, an illegal from India allegedly caused a deadly crash in California. 3 people died. Others were badly hurt. Also this year, another illegal from India allegedly caused a deadly crash in Florida. 3 people died in that. So many accidents, we'll just scroll them. And while we're scrolling, I will bring in focus now Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. I mean, this is a lot. How do you stop it?
You know, Harris, you're scrolling these names and numbers, and these are Americans who needlessly died on American roadways because our states aren't doing the right work to make sure we have well-qualified, certified, safe drivers on American roads. We have states that are giving out commercial driver's license like candy. And I think if you ask every single American, what do you expect from a commercial driver? They would say they're well trained. They are professionals, and they're going to keep their rigs and every car around them safe. And what we found is that's actually not the case. We have states that haven't driven safety. They have allowed people who should never have a commercial driver's license. They are not well trained. They are not well certified. And they're not even from the country getting a license and operating, again, an 80,000-pound big rig on an American road. And so we are not going to have it at DOT. These are long-standing rules. These are not new Trump rules. These are long-standing rules that the last administration refused to enforce. We are going to enforce them. We are going to hold states accountable. And if they don't comply with the law, we are going to pull federal funding. We shouldn't have to go that far. Every governor should say, you know what? I want to have a safe road. I want safe drivers. And this should be a no-brainer for them. They should want to work with us. But it seems like the liberals, Harris, in liberal states would prefer to side on the illegal migrant side, non-English speaking side, as opposed to the American citizen safety side.
Well, you know, when you talk about the punitive damages, if you will, against the administrations and states and municipalities that allow this to happen, it's complicity that you're punishing. And you're taking those dollars away because they don't have the right to spend taxpayers' money on breaking the law.
And it's one thing to say a state wants to spend their own money to allow foreigners to drive or get driver's licenses in their state. It's something else to say the federal tax dollar should go to support this unlawful action. And we're not going to have it. And I would hope that Kathy Hochul from New York would say, Secretary Duffy, let's work together. Let's fix it. I didn't know it was a problem. Let's make sure American roadways are safe. That's not what she does, though. I think they're gonna try to divert, try to cloud the issue and make it seem like it's not a New York problem. It's a federal problem, which it is not. And again, President Trump said, I want to make American roads safe. Sean Duffy, go do it for me. This is part of making America road safe.
Look, you've lived in this area, too. There are so many trucks on the road here. When you tell me that more than 50% of those drivers have an illegal driving license for a commercial vehicle, that is some deadly dangerous stuff across our bridges, through our tunnels.
So the issue is you might have someone who has a work permit for, say, 4 months. In New York, they'll get a commercial driver's license for 8 years, Harris. An 8-year driver's license, one, it incentivizes them to stay in the country longer. But the other issue is this proficiency in English language. You have to be able to speak and read the English language, understand road signs. Well, if you're getting a license and you can't speak English, it begs the question, how in the heck did you get through the training course to even get a license? This is rotten to the core, and it's coming from these liberal states. No more, Harris.
All right, let's get to this. Amtrak workers are getting a year-end big thank you bonus. Secretary, your department is sending $900 bonuses to more than 18,000 frontline employees, and it's all paid for by cutting top executive perks. A top transportation union with high praise on this. This long overdue recognition of the employees who keep the railroad moving is a step in the right direction. Tell me about this and how this came about.
Yeah, so this is fantastic. We have our top executives that were willing to give back part of their bonuses. We took those bonuses and said, well, what do you do with it? Let's give those bonuses back to the frontline union workers who make Amtrak operate. And it was a big number. So, again, $900 coming in this Christmas season. And President Trump said, listen, let's try to lower costs and increase salaries. This is increasing salaries, and it's budget neutral. So we're not spending more federal money or Amtrak money on this project. It's taking money from the top leaders, the executives, and saying, let's share some of those bonuses with all of the workers, the mechanics and operators who make Amtrak actually operate. Let's give some of the money back to them this Christmas season. And I'm grateful to the leadership for recognizing the work that the frontline workers do, the unions do on Amtrak. And again, I think it's a great Christmas surprise for Amtrak. By the way, on Amtrak, we haven't focused there yet. We are going to upgrade the Amtrak experience for the American rider. We have a number of different priorities that are going to come in the first of the year. Again, every transportation mode that we have should be better and more pleasant for the American people.
Yeah, you're trying to hit that. Look, a lot of people move by train, but it's not like it used to be. It's mostly on the East Coast, and more people would like to take the train. So now you're going to get into the comfortability of travel, especially for families. Good to see you, Secretary Duffy. Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.